Still after all these years of blood, sweat, and tears, every morning I'm still waking up in cold sweats, sleeping with one eye open due to all my fears. Still after all these years of blood, sweat, and tears, every morning I'm still waking up in cold sweats, sleeping with one eye open due to all my fears. It was due to all my fears. I had not dared to sleep for days, not realizing the dangers that I'm putting myself in. Hollowed-eyed from the sleep deprivation, in the face of a fate I still couldn't fathom. The idea how many times I've cheated death by the use of evasive tactics, as silences as deep as an eternity, speeches as shallow as time. Then a sign of peace begins to cease, a terrible scene of carnage, condemned to be buried alive in the same stone vaults below the altar of internal secretions. Amplitude, moderation of a bad attitude, weary of the trails in the airs, trials in the air, vacate the hate of pragmatic static of an addict. Trademark sparks the spawn of designs used to demonstrate media core essence. Hence the lyrics, text, compelled tales, sharper than nails. And still after all these years of blood, sweat, and tears, every morning still waking up in cold sweats, sleeping with one eye open due to all my fears. Still after these years of blood, sweat, and tears, every morning still waking up in cold sweats, sleeping with one eye open due to all my fears. It was due to all my fears. Punitive adjectives, portend as portals, lavish Armageddon, horrific misses, portrays of the loss of fists, administrate and ludicrous miss. Drastic measures call for a fortified riptide articulation of what was known as sudden death, instead of the laughter that was evoked by the crooked sixth sense who follows behind in the same matter. My hands shading my eyes to be left deprived. The ones grinning cry, a one for my master and one for the dame, represent a lit candle that's placed on the table. And still, after all these years of blood, sweat, and tears, every morning I'm still waking up in cold sweats, sleeping with one eye open due to all my fears. And still, after all these years of blood, sweat, and tears, every morning I'm still waking up in cold sweats, sleeping with one eye open due to all my fears. It was due to all my fears. Due to all my fears. When death begins to enable my soul to return back to an ideal realm, becomes more real than life-side portrayals. Then I'm left blazing trails, a sacred chemtrails, as reborn pagans try to escape by fleeing through the sacristies. Poetic spirits light the angelic candle, using the torch of a wicked wand, choking on my own blood, so I hereby declare myself immortal. The reasons for counting on my blessings, cause it's either a life or death situation next to I'm being put in a straitjacket as one of many prisoners of a mental ward, sitting there by myself, helplessly planning my own suicide that only can be seen by the naked eye. By the naked eye. And still after all these years of blood, sweat, and tears, every morning waking up in cold sweats, sleeping with one eye open due to my fears. Still after all these years of blood, sweat, and tears, every morning still waking up in cold sweat, sleeping with one eye open due to all my fears. It was due to all my fears. Due to all my fears. As fools rushing where fallen angels feel the shreds, and I go back to the bases as I pass through the matrix. As fools rushing where fallen angels feel the tread, I think go back to the bases as I pass through the matrix. And still, after all these years of blood, sweat, and tears, every morning I'm still waking up in cold sweat, sleeping with one eye open due to all my fears. It was due to all my fears, blood, sweat, and tears.